Welcome, welcome, welcome. We on episode 4. It's a 4. I'm your host, Clinton Jiggetts. I'm the founder of Best Fit Digital. But without further delay, I want to get started. First of all, I want to say I appreciate all the folks who have inboxed me, sent DMs, have shared the content. It is completely appreciated. What I hope most is that I'm actually helping some small business owners grow their online presence. So here we are, episode 4, and I have a question. What if I told you that there is a tool that could put your business in front of thousands of local customers every single month? It shows your business hours, your reviews, photos, your phone number, directions, all in one place. And it costs, drum roll please, $0 a month. No monthly spend, no monthly ad fee, no agency required. The tools that exist are already there for free. Some of you are probably saying, duh, I already know what this is. For those of you who know, I'm going to show you how to make it stronger. For those who don't know, I'm talking about your Google business profile. So I want to share something with you really briefly. So if I were to share my screen here and show you this is a Google search of my agency. You see here it says Best Fit Digital. This little profile to the right of my primary website is your Google business profile. And the major mistake that small businesses make is they either don't claim their business profile or they build it, but they don't do anything with it. Again, they make the mistake of thinking once I set this up, I can just forget it. What's worse is many of them see the alert that they've only done a certain percentage of their profile completion, but you kind of move on. You're like, I've done the thing. I've created the business profile and you're ready to move on. That is not acceptable. And that's not how we're going to do things here with the Clicks to Clients podcast. We're going to talk about exactly what your Google business profile is and who it's for. If you've already claimed it, then you already are ahead of the curve. If you haven't claimed it, it is free to claim it, but you have to remember to not make the mistake of never touching it again once you do claim it. Again, I've talked to hundreds of business owners, and most of them who do have a Google business profile, they set it up and they never touched it again. They filled out the basics and you kind of thought you were done. I created the thing. Those types of scenarios are costing you real money right now. And it's free because when someone in your city, whether they're visiting or they're local, searches for what you sell or the service that you provide, what shows up to them are the top local results. After you get past the sponsored ads, the top local results. And if what Google calls their map pack, those are used to generate leads every single day. And without spending a single dime on ads, Google is going to help you be indexed and searched by your local potential customers. So today, I'm going to show you exactly how to set it up, optimize it fully, and turn it into one of the most powerful lead generation assets in your arsenal. And as a reminder, if you want the free PDF that breaks all of this down for you, just comment free PDF in the comments, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll be happy to send it over to you for no cost. So let's get started. As you progress and look to branding your business online, your digital presence is what's really important. As you continue to digest what I'm presenting here in the Clicks to Clients podcast, I want you to think about this being a 12-step program. We are building a compounded effort to build your online success. Again, to reintroduce myself, my name is Clinton Jiggetts. Again, I am the founder of Best Fit Digital, and I'm ready to get started and giving you some free jewels. Please, please, please get your notepad out. So first of all, Clinton, you talk about a Google business profile like we know what it is. Let's start with what a Google business profile is exactly. I'm going to share some slides here. I'm going to ask you to follow along. And Again, I want you to take notes. So, what is a Google business profile? A Google business profile is a profile that Google provides for free that allows folks to find your business. It provides a free listing that is available to every local business. So when someone searches for a service near them, Google displays a map with multiple local businesses highlighted right at the top to search results. That section is called the map pack. So that's what you're seeing here, where they're showing you these are the resources based on what you're looking for that are the closest. Those provide you with organic Google search results. If you recall, we talked about organic results in episode 2. That is one of the first places that you can get organic results. It is the first thing people see. If you think about how you look for businesses, I think restaurants is always the easiest example because most folks have looked for a place to eat with either a particular type of food or close to them or whatever the scenario may be. You've done organic searches for local restaurants more than likely. And if your business is part of that Google Map Pack, then you're going to be getting clicks, you're going to be getting calls, folks are going to be clicking on directions. And these are people who are actively looking for exactly what you offer right now. Not people who might be interested, they're actively looking. People who have their wallet out and they're ready to make a decision. And they're going to make their decision rather quickly. Again, think about the way you shop and search for local businesses that you want to patronize. So behind that local search is a highly productive tool, again, that's called Google Business Profile. So if someone's searching for a plumber near me or HVAC repair Baltimore, they're not browsing casually. They have a problem. They need it solved. Either your Google Business Profile is going to feed Google the results that tells them that that person needs your services, or they're going to go to someone else. The numbers alone should make you pay attention because I ran a couple of reports, and when a Google Business Profile is completely optimized, they get 7 times more clicks than businesses with incomplete profiles. I'll say that again, 7 times more clicks, not 7% more, 7 times more. So the percentage of people who are doing local searches on their phone or want to visit a business within the next 24 hours or the same day, they are making high-level decisions. These are called warm leads. They don't need to be nurtured for weeks. This is someone who found you, checked your profile, picked up the phone, or filled out a contact form, and they are ready to make a decision. So when you look at your Google Business Profiles, you want to look at it as a sales engine. I talk to hundreds of businesses every year, and when I'm running an audit of a client's Google Business Profile, most small businesses have an incomplete profile. It's outdated, it's missing photos, missing services, it's sitting on a pile of unanswered reviews. Huge mistake. They are leaving all that business on the table every single day, and Google is giving it to you for free. So who is this for? It's for the local business. If you're a national e-com solution, it's not really built for you. If you're selling something that you can sell to someone in California just as well as you can sell to someone in Utah, just as well as you can sell to someone in Baltimore, then Google Business Profile might not be for you. But if you're selling something that is locally available, so if you're in Baltimore, you're selling to people in Baltimore and surrounding counties. If you're in New York, you're selling to people in New York City. If you're in California and you're in Los Angeles, you're selling to people in Los Angeles. When your target is a local audience, your Google Business Profile is a critical foundation to your success. A lot of times I think of service-based businesses, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, law firms, private doctor or dental practices, contractors, restaurants, retail stores, consultants, gyms. These are all local businesses. Google Business Profile is arguably, in my opinion, in my 9 years of experience, the single highest ROI marketing activity that you can do because the time investment is low. It is completely free, and the return can be significant. Even if you serve clients beyond your immediate area, what I was saying earlier is not to say that you shouldn't create it, but if you need to create a footprint that has a strong local presence, it still can serve you really well. You can have multiple Google Business Profiles based on your locality. I have a client They own a gym, or I have a client, he owns a gym. They have 4 locations. I believe they have 2 on the 2026 agenda. So they'll have 6 by the end of this year. And they are 4 of them, or 3 of them are in California. 1 is in Vegas. So he has 4 different Google business profiles. He's going to have 2 more once the other 2 locations are complete. So there's nothing stopping you from creating a local presence, even if you're creating a product that's available to a broader spectrum of people. But for a local, strictly business, it is not an option. You are literally making a monumental mistake by not adopting a Google business profile. When it comes to building it, the next step is to fully optimize your Google business profile. This is the mistake that many make, where they create a Google business profile and they set it up and they kind of fill in as many blanks as they can and they move on, because you're working in your business. You have a lot of things going on and you don't have time to figure out what's really important when it comes to building out this profile. But a profile that's built is cool, but a profile that is optimized is phenomenal. So I want to walk you through the exact optimization process that we use here at Best Fit Digital for our clients, and what you should do to set yourself up for success. Again, if you want this, comment PDF, and in the comments, I'll share a free overview with you that you can implement over 90 days. So first of all, you want to create a full checklist. You want to go through every single item. Step 1, again, if you don't already have a Google business profile, you want to go to business.google.com and claim your Google business profile. If it already exists, claim it. If it does not, create it. Google will send you a verification code, usually some sort of postcard or something to authenticate that you are you and you are the owner or the representative legally of that business. But once you get through that stage, you are good to go to start building out your profile or to further optimize it if it already exists. Your optimization will allow you to fully show up in search results, so you do not want to skip this step. Step 2, though, is complete every single field. This sounds obvious, but most profiles, statistically, this is information provided by Google, are only 60% complete. So fill in your business name as it appears on your signage and website. Add your correct address, phone numbers. Make sure the phone numbers, address, and business name match what's on your website precisely. And I can't emphasize this enough, because when folks don't update their digital content often enough, they forget about stuff that's outdated. So I had a client, she has a medical practice, and the phone number she has on her website is the most accurate phone number. But when we ran an audit of her Google business profile, it was a phone number that she hasn't used since 2023. That is lost opportunities because those profiles aren't synced. And when Google was crawling her website and alerting her of this information not synced, out of sight, out of mind, it wasn't something that she prioritized. Therefore, it wasn't something that she paid attention to. So it was just flying underneath the radar. So it's really important that this information matches across the board. You want to select the most accurate primary categories for your business. Add your secondary categories for every additional service that you offer. Google rewards you for completing your profile. Do not waste time not completing your profile. The more information you provide, the better Google understands your business, the more likely they are to show your profile to relevant searches. Step 3, write a keyword-rich business description. Listen, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You go to chat, you go to Claude, you go to Gemini, whatever your preferred language learning model is, and you type in your domain address, you type in a small write-up of what your business does, and you ask them to create an SEO keyword description. And then you ask them to do it again. And then you ask them to do it again because you want to refine it. You don't want to go with the first results, almost never. If you are a person who is deeply vested in that outcome and you want to write it yourself, then you just want to make sure that the words that are relevant to your business are mentioned at a certain level of redundancy. You normally want to make these descriptions about 750 or less characters, but it's really important that you write out a strong, rich business description that tells Google and potential customers exactly what you do. Use these 750 characters wisely. Make sure it's clear. It's a natural description that includes the services you offer, the areas you serve, why someone should choose you, but do not just use the keywords as buzzwords. Write it like a human being, but be intentional about including the terms customers search for. It's not exactly a sales pitch, so don't go for the hard close. Like, we are the greatest thing since sliced bread. You can say we are the number one contractor in the DMV, but why is more important, because Google doesn't know how to really index you simply saying you're the best. Everyone's going to say they're the best. If I had to give you an example, if you were an HVAC company in Baltimore, your description should naturally include words like HVAC repair, air conditioning installation, furnace replacement, things that are relevant to what people are searching for your services. And of course, you want to mention Baltimore in surrounding counties or cities or states. That language helps Google. Everything you're doing is to please the Google gods. That language helps Google, helps your profile show up in the right searches. Step 4, add your services and products to the Google Business Profile. Google Business Profile has a dedicated section where you're able to list every service you offer with a description, a price range. Fill this out completely. This is one of the areas that is most notoriously skipped. If you are a law firm, I want you to list every single practice area. If you are a contractor, list every type of project you take on. If you're not willing to put in the monotonous time to add all this information, then you really aren't trying to turn your Google footprint, your online footprint, into a lead generator. So again, you want to list everything. If you're a restaurant, list your menu categories. Each service listing is another opportunity for Google to match your business to a relevant search. This, again, is one of the most underutilized components of building out this profile. Please take your time and invest in building out this section of your profile. Step 5, upload high quality photos. The more, the better. Businesses with photos receive 42% more requests for directions and 35% more clicks to their website than businesses without photos. Add at least 10 high quality photos, but if you can add 50, please do. Include pictures of your storefront if you're a brick and mortar store, or your office exterior, so customers can recognize your office if they come in for appointments. Add interior photos so they can understand what the environment and what your team looks like. Add photos of your completed projects if you were a contractor, or your logo. Your cover photos should represent your brand as well. So update these photos and then update them regularly. So it's 2026 now, and it is currently April 30th. So perhaps in June, you want to review those photos, see if any of them are updated, or you have new updated photos from more recent projects or clients or seminars or whatever you're providing as correlated to your business. Add those photos. You don't want that to become stale. You don't want anything to become stale. Again, if you're truly vested in building your digital footprint and you're vested in doing it yourself, you have to understand that you cannot set anything up and just forget it. The more photos you add, and if you're adding them on a regular business, that signals to Google that your business is active and engaged. You want Google to not ignore your site. Step 6, collect and respond to every single review. Every review. If you're not willing to invest the time to respond to reviews, then you're not interested in building social proof. You're not interested in being ranked higher via Google. You want to respond to every review. And when you respond to negative reviews, you want to make sure it's a thoughtful review response as well. More reviews lead to more consistent results as it relates to Google. That is the formula. Ask every single customer for a review. Make it easy by sending them a direct link right after the service is delivered, or giving them a code to scan. If it's something where you're able to build a database of customers, then it's really helpful to add them to an email campaign and ask them to leave you a review. And as soon as they come in, respond to them within 24 to 48 hours. Thank the positive ones personally, address again the negative ones professionally, calmly, and with an offer to make things right. How you respond to those negative reviews really tells a lot to potential customers, because everyone knows things don't always go perfectly. But if you look like a jerk as you respond to a negative review, then you're going to look like a jerk. Step 7, post weekly updates. So just like social media, where you're posting on Meta or you're posting on Snap or whatever your social media platform of choice is related to your business, Google Business Profiles allows you to post weekly updates as well. Some people do them daily, some people do them weekly, but if you're doing them, you have to do them a minimum of weekly, because your Google Business Profile, those post features work to again show Google that you're engaged and you're an active business. This is where you can post offers or special announcements, events, general updates, whatever it is that you want to post. Is not as diverse and frequent normally as traditional social media, but it is incredibly important that you're posting at minimum on a weekly basis. Again, this is another signal to please the Google gods that your business is active. So again, post at least once a week and use that again to promote whatever types of accomplishments and announcements that you think are going to be relevant to your business and to your potential customer. This also helps keep your profile fresh and available for Google to regularly crawl. Now, when it comes to your Google Business Profile, there are a litany of mistakes that you could be making that are costing you leads. So before we wrap this up, I've talked to you about what a Google Business Profile is. I've talked to you about how to optimize and get your profile to 100%. And again, if you want a copy of all of this, just comment free PDF or anything PDF in the comments, and I'll make sure we get that to you. But there are 5 mistakes that I've found in my 9 years of experience that most businesses make when it comes to their Google Business Profile. If you avoid these, you will already be ahead of the curve, and you will already be doing things opposite of most of your competitors. Mistake number 1, inconsistent NAP, name, address, and phone. I gave you the example earlier of the practice that she had an outdated phone number. You want to make sure that your name, address, and phone numbers are the same across the board. It sounds like a small thing, but it happens very often. So you want to make sure that exactly what you have on your site is the same across your Google Business Profile, and then also every other place your business is listed online. Even small differences like street versus ST or Ave versus Avenue, that formatting change can be a red flag to Google. It can confuse Google and ultimately hurt your local rankings. Mistake number 2, ignoring the Q&A section. Google allows anyone to ask questions about your business on your profile. These show up publicly. If you do not answer them, Google might generate an AI response, or someone else might answer for you. Check your Q&A section regularly and proactively add the most common questions you get from customers with your own thorough answers. Do not make the mistake of ignoring this. Mistake number 3, not using the messaging feature Google Business Profile lets you use. So letting customers send you messages directly from your listing. If you have this enabled and you are not responding quickly, Google will lower your profile's visibility. So either respond within, I'm laughing because this is so redundant to tell this to clients, because so many clients don't see it as a vital tool. But I'm telling you, there's Jewel. Vital tool, Jewel. A little comedy there. It made myself chuckle. But this recommended time frame that you respond, of course, is within 24 hours. But if you find yourself consistently unable to respond and you're consistently getting questions, then it's going to be in your best interest to turn off this feature. A slow response hurts a lot more than no messaging at all. Mistake number 4, keyword stuffing. So remember I said you want to build a powerful SEO business anchored description. You want to add keywords, but you don't want to say a bunch of irrelevant keywords that aren't relevant to the sentence of what you're communicating just because you want to squeeze them in. Do not try to add keywords to your business profile or to your description that are not currently relevant. The name of my agency is Best Fit Digital. But if I wanted to try to communicate in stale content by stuffing a keyword, I might try to write Best Fit Digital SEO Agency. That is not the name of my agency. Google's guidelines prohibit this. It can get your profile suspended. That's the last thing you want to have happen. So use your real business name exactly as it appears legally. Mistake number 5, setting it and forgetting it. I will say this throughout this entire series. There's nothing that goes about building your digital footprint that you can do where you set it and forget it. Your Google business profile is not a one-time task. It is an ongoing asset that needs regular attention. So if you're a do-it-yourselfer and you're not in a position to retain an agency, then you have to invest hours to update this on a regular basis. Mark it off on your calendar. Dedicate times to building your digital presence on a weekly basis. You want to add new photos at minimum bi-monthly, ideally monthly. Respond to reviews within 48 hours. Post weekly update. Monitor your insights to see how many people are finding and clicking your profile. The businesses that are winning in local search, in my experience, are the ones who are treating their profile like a living, breathing marketing channel. Now, before we wrap up this episode, and again, if you would like a copy of an outline of exactly how to build out your Google business profile and build your overall digital footprint, comment free PDF, we will make sure we get that to you. But before we close out this episode, there's something I want to say, and something that comes a lot from my experience in this industry. One of the biggest lies in business is that you need a big budget in order to compete. There are way too many resources at our fingertips and information like these podcasts that are free on YouTube. And there are other great digital creators who are creating content talking about how to build your digital presence. You do not need a huge budget. If you have a budget and you rather exchange money versus your time, then you engage with an agency like Best Fit Digital, my agency. But if you don't have the budget, then you have to engage your time. But doing nothing is literally you sabotaging your own business. So you don't need to outspend your competitors to win. That type of marketing is only for companies that can afford it, to bring on the big retainers and so forth. You don't have to be that company in order to compete online. Google Business Profile, which again is free, is proof that you don't need a huge budget to build a digital presence. It is available to every business, regardless of size. And the businesses showing up at the top of local search results right now are not necessarily the biggest or the most established. They are the ones who took the time to do the work, or again, to engage with an agency that's going to take the time to do the work. That is all it takes. Taking the time, filling out the profile completely, asking for reviews and responding consistently, posting regularly, responding to every single review, again, quickly. None of that costs you money. It costs attention and intention. Attention and intention. You have both of those, and now you have the playbook. So do me a favor. Don't waste time. Hopefully you took some notes. Go claim your free profile today, not tomorrow, not next week, today. And because every day that you dedicate to your profile is another day that's telling Google that you're an active, relevant business that deserves to rank, because you're going to do the work that pleases the who? The Google gods. So do that today. And after you're done, I want you to come back and comment free PDF so that we can send you the free outline. And there is no catch. It is truly a free outline. Thank you very much. That is it for episode 4 of Clicks to Clients. Remember, your Google business profile is one of the most powerful if not the most powerful free tool for your digital marketing. So I want you to go out there and use it. Optimize your profile today using this checklist. Come back to this episode if you have questions. Again, the whole goal here is to teach you how to use the tools that we use internally to audit, scale, and grow your digital presence. So without further delay, if you would like a free consultation or a free audit, you can check us out at bestfitdigital.co. But in the meantime, please like, share, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you next Tuesday for episode 5. And remember to make it a great day on purpose.